boy, what a great day it is for me, Silas Marner, to be living in the town that I love, Lantern Yard, with all my friends like William Dane and my fiancée Sarah, doing the thing that I love, weaving, going to church, and caring for the archdeacon. Nothing could ruin this day for me.
You, sir, are under arrest for thief.
Me? Let me go! This is wrong! Me innocent. God will prove me innocent. God will prove me innocent.
We will draw straws to determine Silas's innocence.
There is no God.
That guy sure looks like he worships the devil. Yeah, what a weirdo.
Nice nerd.
Dudley, don't be so mean. Nancy wouldn't like it. She's so pretty.
Lou, my sweet, sweet Lou. My money. My sweet, sweet money. Oh boy, what a great day it is for me, Silas Marner, to be in this town that hates me, Raveloe, with 0 friends and 0 loved ones, doing the thing that I love, looming and hoarding money. Nothing could ruin today. Get off my lawn, you whippersnapper!
Okay.
Or so he thinks, for Silas's house is full of gold and I plan on stealing each and every piece.
Alright, time to go get loom supplies for the morning. I guess I'll leave my key here to keep roasting my meat.
That old fool.
My gold? My gold? No gold? No, 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 no! Sad, sad, no gold, no! Gold? Gold? Not gold. Baby? I will call you Eppy.
Cut! George Eliot. What? What's your name?
You literally just said it.
But what's your name?
I told you it's Mary. It's George Eliot.
Since, you are the director of this film, I thought the viewers would like to know, when and where were you born?
I was born November 22nd, 1819 in Warwickshire, England. But that doesn't even matter anyway. What are you doing?
George, you're so funny. Let's ask you an important question then. What other works have you done?
Well, you see, I worked on Scenes of Clerical Life in 1857, Adam Bede in 1859, The Mill on the Floss in 1860, and I'm planning this really huge work called Middlemarch. It comes out 1872.
The viewers have asked, what is your relationship with the church?
Well, I used to not go to church at all, but then in my later teen years, my father sent me off to boarding school, and there I met some extremely pious people, but then I had a falling out with the church. I met some men with some really progressive ideas about life.
Very interesting. And what about children? Did you have any that influenced your writing?
Well, I used to be father, I'm a boy. And they weren't my own blood, but, it honestly felt like it sometimes. Just like Epi and Silas, those two. My first relationship was with George Henry Lewes, and he actually inspired me to write fiction. In fact, at the time, I was just like Silas, I was isolated from any real social life, I was, lonely and guilty, and I was sick of being called a homewrecker. But that's a story for a different day.
Wasn't that elopement? A legal marriage?
Anyways, I had 3 kids with John Walter Cross, We were very happy together. Thank you.
Definitely understandable. Let's move on. What other works inspired Silas Marner?
Well, you see, Silas Marner was influenced by works like Monster House and SpongeBob, and the classics.
Exactly is that?
Well, take Monster House. If you've ever seen it, if you ever took the time out of your day to see it, you'd see that it's a movie about, a misunderstood old man neighbor, They think he's evil. They don't want to get to know him, but then something happens and they get to see him in a new light and they realize he's really just a great guy. He was the neighbor the whole time.
How amazing, even touching. What aspects of SpongeBob as characters influenced you personally?
Well, a character that was very monumental in my life in the making of this book was the money-obsessed Mr. Krabs, He just, his whole life, even though he has people around him, it's all about his money, which is just like Silas and Ravelot, before the big event. I won't say anything else though. I mean it. Other things that influenced me were the trends of the times, because around the time I was writing this was the Second Great Awakening and everyone was so religious, so I figured I may as well put that into Silas's life as it was in mine. Because Silas, he struggled with religion, seeing that he trusted God to prove his innocence and God let him down, so he couldn't really put his faith into him, but after connecting with the townspeople and, other things, he finally is able to find his faith again. I think that's very beautiful.
I see. So, George, how can viewers today relate to your story?
Well, I feel like today, people still struggle with feeling disconnected within their own small communities, Some people have the problem that they're so connected to material possessions and not really the people around them, the important stuff. So I feel like Silas shows them that you can find a home anywhere, no matter how hopeless and weird you are.
Well, thank you, George. We'll go interview some other members of Ravelot now and let you get back to your work.
God, finally. So, random townsperson, how do you feel about this Silas Marner guy? He's been living in your town for 15 years. You got anything juicy on him?
Well, if I'm being honest, I think he's a devil worshiper.
A devil worshiper? How occult.
Would you keep it down? He might hear us and put a curse on us.
Yikes. That guy gives me the heebie-jeebies. And what about you, other townsperson? How do you feel about Silas?
Well, I've heard he's actually possessed. He goes through these spells, these fits of madness! I just don't know what to do. There's no other explanation.
I see. Very chilling.
This devil worshiper, Silas Marner is a perfectly nice man with a strange life. You give him a chance now, you hear?
Yeah, no, sure, I will. But if you haven't heard anything bad about Silas, have you heard anything weird about the author, George Eliot?
Well, if I'm to believe the rumors flying around, I hear that this George is actually a girl. Can you believe it? A girl directing a whole film. Time times these days. Well, I heard
Very interesting.
husband after she eloped. Well, I hope it all works out for her women's rights and all, but I hope she gets a little more confidence in her work. She seems to be a bit afraid it all might disappear or fall apart one day. I know she ain't particularly religious, but I sure hope she can find something with a little faith.
So there you have it, folks. Silas Marner, a story about the struggle of the individual with a community. Silas goes from a close-knit community to being alone and back again. People who are strange and don't fit into the community are viewed as oddities. Silas is viewed as an aberration by the villagers twice, but his reputation eventually improves. Silas also confronts destiny and the role God has for people based on their actions. Characters in Silas Marner get what they deserve, except Dunsey and Wildfire, of course. The characters who do good have good endings, and the opposite is also true. The story also explores religion and its role in society. Religion is one way that people in a society can connect with each other. Both Raveloe and Lantern Yard were places where the church brought people together. People who attended the same church often talked to each other and became close friends. In a sense, however, religion has also divided society. Silas never attended church until Eppie came to him, so the townspeople viewed him with suspicion. The narrative voice in Silas Marner is also significant. A seemingly omniscient narrator describes the setting and the mindsets of the townspeople as if he lived there himself. He even uses first-person pronouns occasionally, making the story feel as if he's telling a myth in front of a fireplace. The story as a whole is warm, cozy, and hopeful.
Cut. Where'd our narrator go?
Yeah, what happened to our interviewer?